As all of our staff members here are shaking their heads going, no, I'll take that as maybe we won't even put that into a poll. So don't worry about that,
Definitely
people.
can't make the cut. Good God, Dan, like embarrassing us in front of company. Well, hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Dan and the Doctor, and I'm here with the Zero Fade Stallion, the member for Hunter, Dan Repacholi, my friend, and we have a really special guest here today, and actually, in fact, it is a bit of a milestone. It's the first member of the opposition that we are interviewing today, Mr. Andrew Willcox, all the way up from Queensland, who's got his best clothes on today.
And shirt ducked in too, gentlemen.
It is.
That?
I absolutely love that. Well, look, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So, look, we really don't zero in on the politics here. It's all just a bit of a chance to blow off a bit of steam that isn't in question time. So, tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
So, mate, accidental politician, I suppose. So, tomato farmer by trade. Done that for 22 years, had enough of that, sort of semi-retired, and then the local councillor in my electorate retired. So then I thought, well, I'll have a crack at that. That's a couple of days a week. So I did that and for a term, and then I didn't get on terribly well with the mayor, and so I challenged her for the position, and I became mayor and done that for a couple of terms, and then the local electorate in Dawson, the guy retired. So I wanted to do a few things, and I put up my hand and I said, well, I'll have a crack at that, and I was successful in that. So now I'm down here learning the politics.
And here we are. So you're still tomato farming?
No, but my sister and her husband now have got the whole farming business, and they're going all right.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
And people think of tomato farming like you just have a few little tomatoes growing in the backyard. You didn't have a few little tomatoes. How many tomato plants did you guys have?
Oh, well, we used to grow 900 kilometres of running row of tomatoes. So.
900 kilometres.
That was 900 kilometres, people. That is
one circumference around my belly. That's what that is.
That is a lot of tomatoes. So, yeah, not just your average little farmer here. He had a good crack at it. And what was the best part about growing tomatoes? Just watching them get ripe?
Oh, no, well, with tomatoes, when things are good, they're very good, so you can have some really good seasons and make some significant coin. But when things are bad, things are really bad. So you couldn't actually go over that window with a bucket of $100 notes and throw them out as fast as what you could lose them. So the good times of tomatoes were good, but the bad times weren't so good. But it was a good way to bring up kids, and, it was a farm, so we had all of the animals and everything getting around, and, it was a good time. Towards the end, though, it was, because we got so big, it was more like specialised and just sort of hardcore. We didn't have as much like family farm sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. So. And so with the tomatoes, right, so I'm a big fan of the Grossi Liz. How do you pick a good tomato? Like my pop used to always tell me the Grossi Liz is the tomato to have.
Right. The best tomato is one that you vine ripen yourself and you pick it at full maturity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that way it's had all the time for all the plant to put all the goodness into it. So you go and you grab that tomato straight off the vine, wash it, and eat it. That's the premium thing. Unfortunately, where we are, and we serve the major supermarkets, everything's about shelf life and how long things are going to last. So the eating quality of them is not quite as good as what it should be, but the more mature you can pick it and the quicker you can get it sold to eat, the better.
And did your farm sell tomatoes right across the country or just service Queensland, or what was the...
nationally, and we sort of export as well. And, we used to serve McDonald's for their burgers, and that as well.
Nice. So
I'm partial to a quarter pounder every now and then.
Oh.
Said
no tomatoes and a quarter pounder, is there? So I wouldn't imagine you have too many of his tomatoes.
It's in the sauce, isn't it? Shut up.
Might have been the onion you were talking about, but anyway.
There's tomatoes on them.
On quarter pounders, there's no tomatoes.
In the sauce.
There's no tomatoes.
Oh, give me a break. Sorry.
Anyway, we carry on a bit. So with 900 kilometres of tomatoes, right, what was an average yield? How many tonne would you get out of that? We're quite interested in tomatoes.
So we used to, our average, or what we used to try to do is 1 million 10-kilo cartons a year. That was what we used to do.
Or 5 Dan Repacholis.
Sometimes less, sometimes more, over that sort of thing. And like we used to peak at 400 staff, so a lot of sort of people going around. So, pretty interesting times.
So end of a hard day. I know the big fella here and I enjoy a cold beer every now and then. What's your drink of choice if you had one?
Well, because it's warm at home, so I love a cold beer at the end of the day. But when I go home, there's nothing like a good Bundy and Coke.
A Bundy and Coke. He really is a Queenslander.
So big fan of Bundy myself, as you could tell by my waistline also. Do you have no sugar or sugar in your Coke?
No, I have the full strength. I have the super, mate.
That's it, yes. Can't beat it, can you? It's delicious.
No, a bit of ice.
And are you wearing the fishing shirt while you're drinking that, or?
No, but I love me fishing as well.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy me fishing.
And we don't mind. We've heard that you don't mind a fishing shirt or 20.
Oh, a bit of fishing shirt and it goes all right.
Right. So I have a Hawaiian shirt collection that both my family, my chief of staff and friends don't let me wear. So are the fishing shirts popular amongst your family and friends, or are they in the band component?
Most of the stuff I wear, my kids just go, "Oh my God, Dad, what do you got on?" But it is what it is, you know.
It's good to see our families are very similar, because I usually don't wear a shirt. I go all natural with my top. And
I've seen you mow the lawn.
Yes, I did mow the lawn with no shirt on. It's a treat for the neighbours. They really line up to see
They enjoy that.
I wouldn't say they enjoy it. I just think it's just something they do.
I think that might be the next episode. Stay tuned for that one, fellas.
That's all right.
All right.
Well, we'll put that out to the polls. Would you like to see us do it topless? As all of our staff members here are shaking their heads going, no, I'll take that as maybe we won't even put that into a poll. So don't worry about that,
definitely
people.
can't make the cut. Jesus. Good God, Dan. Like, embarrassing us in front of company.
What's your favourite fish? That was what I was going to ask in there.
Coral trout.
Oh, they're delicious, aren't they?
Coral trout. But I like even small, like grassy sweet lip or parrotfish or anything. Like if we're going in close and just mucking around.
Yep. How far out do you go?
Spanish mackerel for fun.
Yep.
Yeah, you get there's something therapeutic about the screaming TLD 20. That just there we go. We're on. So all hell breaks loose. You know? So and plus like Spanish mackerel, you know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah. And fantastic for the photo shot.
Yeah.
You know.
Are they good to eat?
Yeah, but the big ones are good for photos, but they're not as good to eat. Sort of around the metre.
Yeah. Okay.
Ones are good to eat. They're not as good as like trout and red throat and grassy.
In your office, do you have all the photos of you holding all the fish?
I don't know what's happened to all my fishing photos. I was looking for one.
You been into Warren Ench's office?
Yeah,
it's like the floor to ceiling full of photos. I reckon you could have that with all your fish photos.
That's a cracker of
with the new Warren, because he retires, doesn't he, at the end of this
He's
term?
finished at the end of his term. Yeah.
So the first time we met you, or I met you, right, we had our 2 days of poly school, which we learned to be a politician. That's where we come here. We spend 2 days here once we've been elected when you're brand new, and they give you a quick crash course of the building and what it's like. And what I remember is when we were talking about food, what we can get to eat, and you said, "Where can I go to get a chicken and a six-pack?"
What happened was that's pretty close. So it was about the Comcars, how the Comcars working.
How could they take me to get a chicken and a six-pack?
Yeah, that's right. Because I just wanted a chicken and a six-pack on my way home to the accommodation. I thought that was quite reasonable.
What we want to know is, did you find the perfect chicken and six-pack?
Mate, I got Super Barn. Straight at the Super Barn, and you get the hot chicken and the six-pack in one hit.
Oh, nice.
It's fantastic,
Yeah, nice.
Have you given, so I don't mind a bit of chicken myself, and especially some fried chicken. I've given Kingsley's a good run here. Have you tried Kingsley's?
No, I have not.
It is awesome. Give it a go. So find Kingsley's that's near you where you're staying. There's about 4 around Canberra, and they're only in Canberra, but I highly recommend. Yeah, it is a very good bit of chicken.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah.
So it's not in my electorate now, but when I was mayor of the Whitsundays, we were a little town called Collinsville, a mining town. And up there, that old mate used to do southern fried chicken. Mm-hmm. And all the miners that had finished shifting, you come and you grab your southern fried chicken on the way home. So I used to, when I was up there doing work, whatever, I'd grab a bit of southern fried chicken and a can of Coke for the trip home. Gold, absolute gold.
Drop half of it down your shirt. Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, take a bit for later.
There's something to catch it though.
Exactly.
Like we've both got something to catch it. Gordon not so much. He's a bit more washboard.
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
It was a washboard. It's a twin tub now, but that's okay.
So we spoke about this last episode, but we do know you're on a carb and sugar diet. How's that travelling along now?
And since we last spoke, it is dismal. It's probably is a good word to use. So I'm getting married in July. I've been with Shaylee for 12 and a half years now, so it's probably about time.
Yeah, right.
You just had to make sure she was the right one.
Yeah, community consultation.
Were you under pressure for that? 12
Sorry,
years.
12 and a half. Don't you give me credit now.
Holy.
So she's a very patient woman. And
Yeah.
Thank God for Shaylee. But no, now I'm on the wed shred, the wedding diet. So
Right.
and I cannot run enough to get it's an intake output sort of situation, and intake far exceeds output, but that's okay.
Can't outrun a bad diet, can you?
No. All diets start Monday though, so next week's a new week.
That's exactly right.
And we heard that last episode too, may I say, but anyway.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
The trick is to run away from the deep fryer. That's how you got to run away.
Yeah, well,
I haven't been able to achieve that.
It catches
so
me
nice.
though. It catches me every time.
It's so nice.
Dan and I are in training too, but we're on that slow sort of taper. We don't want to peak too early.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're athletes in our own way.
Exactly.
You are.
And so back to Dawson. How big of an area is Dawson? Because
So
Hunter's just under 11,000 square kilometres.
So I've got 14 and a half.
14 and a half, yeah, nice. And where do you take in? What's the big areas you take in?
So I'm sort of a long, skinny seat on the coast. So I've got from Mackay and wedge up into Townsville. So Mackay, go up through the Whitsundays, Bowen, Burdekin, and then into Townsville. Big cane area, so the biggest sugar cane area in Australia. So that's why you've got to support.
So Herbert is above your electorate, is that right? Phil Thompson.
Phil Thompson. Herbert takes in most of Townsville, and I take in the sort of the southern suburbs of that.
Do you? Okay,
and you get a good chunk of mining in there too, don't you? That
No,
comes in the edge of it, is that right? Or is that
the only
more
mining I've got
Capricornia?
is actually gold mining
Gold mining, yeah.
at Mount Carlton, but I've got a big service sector for the mines.
Yep, in Mackay and
So we've got this pageant and those sort of areas, and then we've got in Bowen there's an industrial area too that services the mines just over the hill up in Collinsville and that sort of area.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah, big. When we have a lot of dormitory suburbs around like Airlie Beach and Cannonvale area, do a lot of like drive in, drive out over the mines and that as well. So yeah,
nice. So-
mining's big in our area.
Yeah.
So mainly cane farming, tourism, and then workers doing drive in, drive out to the mine sites. They're the main industries.
Yeah, tourism's big, obviously, in the Whitsundays. We've got the 74 beautiful islands. And
Beautiful one day, perfect the next.
perfect one day, yeah. And
You're talking about the Central Coast, mate. Thank you.
we are the heart of the Great Barrier Reef. We've got the iconic heart of the Great Barrier Reef there, and easy trips to go in and out of, and fantastic Airlie Beach. So
Hart Island, beautiful little island that is, or reef.
Hart Reef, yeah.
My lovely wife and I flew over that once when we were at Hamilton Island, so it was lovely.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, very romantic, yes, I tried to be.
And of course, Whitehaven Beach, rated #1 beach in the world.
Number one beach in the world.
Yeah, so beautiful silica sand and
Sell it. You should look down the barrel for that one. Sell that. It's just Sky News moment.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Get amongst it, yeah.
Yeah,
Straight to camera.
Straight into it. Whitehaven Beach, the #1 beach in the world.
Breaking news here.
Does just take over the Muswellbrook beach, and to the Muswellbrook people, you've got a beautiful beach too.
Jeez.
we are truly blessed in Australia, though. We've got some magnificent sites to go around, haven't we?
We do.
Around the block, so.
100%. Now, I'm not a comedian. I have the sense of humour of a lamppost, but I hear you're partial to quite a good dad joke.
Oh,
I need something good. I need something to keep me going that I can heckle you across the channel.
is that right? I haven't got a running dad joke that's appropriate for the camera.
Everything's appropriate in this podcast.
Is that right?
Give us a PG one. Give us a PG one.
A PG dad joke. No, you got me caught there, Gordon. Sorry.
Dan?
You can have a bit of a think on this one. Mine aren't really PG either.
Okay.
Yes. What about you, Gordon?
They're not PG either. No. So to all
is
of our
great
listeners,
listening,
that
people.
just went down.
Yeah.
You give me a call and I'll give you the joke straight up. Straight up.
Email our officers and they'll sort it out.
It's Now, I believe I'm sitting between two shooters. Is that right?
One accurate shooter and one very ordinary shooter. Yeah, but that's right.
So what kind of shooting do you like to do?
I like heavy caliber shooting. I like
Yeah, right.
44 Magnum and a couple of 357s.
Big gun
Pistol shooters too.
Pistol shooters.
Pistol, the real kind of shooting.
Yeah, right.
All shooting's good shooting, may I say, but pistol, we don't need to compensate for anything. We use lovely guns and we just keep us going.
Yeah.
Because they're both big individuals.
Although I think both of us are guilty of it. Like, I got long arms as well, and I'm sure you have. And I got a Beretta over and under shotgun and
Yeah.
And do you
a couple of little side-by-side coach guns for my Western action and that sort of stuff, which is all the fun.
Western Act, do you dress up?
I don't actually.
yeah.
I don't dress up, but well, I've changed all the rules. When we first started, we used to do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
But then we had to sort of back everything off. Like you start lying down and come up like you shoot through windows and do all those sort of things. We can't do that now.
Yeah, that's right. So for those of you that don't know, Western Action is a form of shooting where you dress up like a cowboy and or cowgirl, and you have all these names like Ugly Kid Joe and heaps of other different things, and you only get called by your stage name. And they really think they're back in the 1800s. So it's a little bit interesting, but
I'm really disappointed that you did not walk through the door of this office dressed like that.
I'd like to
It
see
really
you in
good, but
this
it's a
chat.
fantastic thing to do because you got pistol shooting, then you move into rifles, and then you finish off with like a coach gun, a double barrel shotgun, and lots of fun, lots of different courses you do, and it's really good. But I enjoy all of it.
Yeah. Do you wear the chaps?
No,
That's for Dan.
You sure? Have they got tassels at the end of them?
yeah, no, not quite.
Not quite.
But I enjoy all the disciplines of that. So it's good.
Now I've got to know, what's your Western Action stage name?
Yes.
And you've got to name these two. You've got to give them names too.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, it'd have to be like Strapping Dan or so.
Rapping Dan.
Sound like a bloody porn star.
I didn't know where you were going with those chaps and with the chaps comment and the what's up thinking, hello.
I didn't. If I had pulled arseless out, it would have been a different conversation.
I'm thinking, hello.
So your stage name?
Oh, we don't actually, where we are, we don't actually have them. We don't. It's a...
Someone get right into it, eh?
Yeah, I know, but look, so I'm 55 and the closest person to me doing it is probably about 70. Yeah. And they just
keep it young.
They just want to go out there and let the powder off, you know.
Yeah.
And have you tried the hard event and probably the premier shooting event of all, air pistol?
I really do. I really do enjoy air pistol. I really do enjoy air pistol. It's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult because you actually think that you're doing the same thing. It's all about repetition. You swear you've done the same thing and it's totally different result.
Certainly is. And air pistol is one of the Olympic events. That's one of the events that I do. And so we shoot at 10 metres. The button on your shirt is what we shoot at 10 metres. So it's quite hard to do. It sounds easy, but 10 metres is not very far, but a button is very, very small. So it does make it challenging to shoot.
And and pistol shooting is certainly a lot different to what it is in the movies with the cowboys. Things are a lot harder to hit with a handgun than what people think.
And the gangsters when they're doing the sideways stuff, it doesn't work. Trust me.
Sorry.
I'm composed now.
I told you that it was just genuine dribble.
Oh, it is a genuine dribble. It's great. It's good. It's nice to get away from some of the politics, which is what we try and do.
And so a good thing that brings politics up, as we spoke about earlier, is Bundy Rum. And obviously you would have been to the factory. Who has the seat where the Bundy Rum factory is?
Keith Pitt, Hinkler.
Keith Pitt, very good. And have you and Keith managed to go do a little tour of the place?
I've been there, but I haven't been there with Keith. I haven't been there since.
That sounds like a good afternoon.
Polly, but yeah, it's something we could work on.
Yeah, definitely.
But very keen down here with the Alison Burns and Sam Birrell. They're the Friends of Brewers.
Oh, yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Parliamentary Friends of Brewing.
Brewing. And
The Parliamentary Friends of Viticulture is also a good one too. Do you like a wine?
yeah, I do like a wine.
Yep. I think you would like a wine. A bit of meat.
I do,
wine.
but I'm not. I haven't grown up. I'm not a red man yet.
No?
Probably
What's your take?
I'm on the Pinot Grigios and the Pinot Gris at the present point.
Oh, nice.
Fancy.
So,
Nice.
do you like a bit of Verdelho too every now and then?
No, not really. I'm like a Riesling. I have a
Riesling,
Riesling. Yeah, I haven't quite learned how to get my little pinky out when I'm having my little tipple yet, but I'm working on that. Because
You look quite special smashing down a Riesling by the pool, I reckon.
I'm a pretty sophisticated sort of bloke. Can't you tell that just by listening to it?
You are. That's why the shirt's tucked into the pants.
Yeah, exactly right.
And so meat. You're a meat fan?
Yeah, love the meat.
I love a good steak.
cook a good steak on the Weber if I don't say so myself.
Yeah.
What's the process?
Mate, so just season me meat for a starter, mate, bring it up sort of to, not depending on the thing, but room temperature.
Yep.
A little bit of seasoning, put a little bit of olive oil over it, throw them on the Weber, 2.5 minutes aside, bring it out, let it rest, and then just carve it up, melt in your mouth.
You know what we should do? We should get this bloke and Matt Burnell, get him to have a cook-off.
Oh, yes, cook-off. That would be all right.
He's very...
Because Matt
loves
likes
his meat
his
too.
meat too. He does a lot of smoking.
He's a bit of a smoker,
He
yeah.
does a bit of smoking. So I'm a big fan of lamb. It's not a big fan of me, but I'm a massive fan of lamb. So I make sure that I give that a good go on the Weber as well.
You do little French cutlets, the little bits with the what's name? Like how many of them can you smash, eh?
Oh, they're like lamb lollipops. My daughters eat them and they think that they're the best thing since sliced bread. They don't realise they're $57 a kilo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
No,
But the kids only knock the end bit off and they do it. I eat every single bit of the whole thing.
Like
Chew the
my
bone.
oldest one, she'll chew the fat, every little bit off the bone until there's nothing left on the bone. It's disgraceful what she does to those bloody lamb chops. But anyway.
Well, I actually make my kids do that because of that price a kilo. They need to eat every
Gotta
single
get your
bit
money's worth. Gotta get your money's worth.
and enjoy it.
They're only special occasions, those ones in our household. Yes, so. But
So love me meat, Gordon, but the big thing in our area is seafood.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've got the reef and the islands, whatever. So, there's nothing better than you go and catch a couple of fish, catch them, cook them and eat them. That's really good. We've got prawn trawlers that go out of our area as well, so plenty of fresh prawns. And
have you been out on one of the trawlers since being in this role?
no, I have not.
No?
I've been on in the docks, but not actually out and done a trip on one.
It'd
no.
be interesting, but doing a trip on one, I reckon. Just seeing how crazy they get.
I reckon.
Yeah.
bit
It'll
of
be
rough
a unique workplace.
Yeah, well, they get the scallops and that as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
okay.
love scallops.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so, be good. And our area is sort of not too bad for that. Like, I don't know where you see those Bering Sea where those crazy guys do the crabs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the heart for that.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be too much for me.
No
but-
way. The Alaskan king crabs.
Oh,
They are crazy. They taste good too.
Yeah.
And I take my hat off to them. There's apparently a massive surge of them that they're taking over areas. They're migrating and taking over areas. So if you can get in the Alaskan king crab, guys, get into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one question we ask every person on the show is whether they prefer a coastal electorate, you know, on the beach, overlooking beautiful sunsets, beautiful restaurants, good industry, or whether
I'll
they
talk up
prefer to
mine.
go into the mountains. So, Hunter or Central Coast? What do
So
you
let
reckon?
me just say something on this, because he's only spoken up one little bit, which is apparently the Central Coast area. So the Hunter has so much to offer, very similar to your area, but just not coastal.
So nothing like his area.
But
I'm
fantastic.
trying to work
wine.
with you here, Dan, but I just can't. I just can't at the present point in
Some of
time.
Australia's best wine, fantastic breweries,
No, we got breweries.
3 of Australia's best golf courses.
Oh, we got golf courses.
We have 7 hatted restaurants within a 15-kilometre radius.
We got restaurants.
Yeah, they're crap. I will never be elected in the Central Coast, by the way.
No, you won't.
Probably stoned if I come in there again. So yeah, and has a fantastic member. Their place has a good member too, but he's all right.
Funny. So what do you reckon? Central Coast or Hunter?
Look, it has to be the coast because
Hey!
look, there is something therapeutic about water. Like
I agree.
you gravitate towards that, and even down here. So I stay at Kingston Foreshore, right on the water because
You've got the Hunter River.
I'm used to. I used to be in
The
the
Hunter
water.
River's
So.
beautiful as well, people, and we got dams.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Astute and stellar input as always. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, it's all good. It's all good, but probably the best thing for me to do is actually come down and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always be
you're
welcome.
welcome in the Hunter anytime, and we
Have a
could
look.
even travel down and back in time to the Central Coast.
Cold beers, maybe a rum or two.
Have a bit of a look. Yeah.
Plenty of rums around there. We have a few good distilleries in the Hunter as well. Make sure you come and taste some of their rum.
Sounds like a bit of a road trip.
It is. You
Yes.
could do a good pub crawl in there.
It's a big one from the Central Coast to the Hunter.
Oh, it is.
I want to live.
We'd have a pretty good driver though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. Look, thank you so much for coming, mate. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for the opportunity.
mate. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Keep the dream of the class of 22 alive.
Got to.
Got it.
Anything you'd like to add that you didn't get to? Like the Hunter's the best place?
Just give it a rest. I already won.
Well, it's the first one you've had.
I've got the numbers today.
Yeah, today you got the numbers.
Today I
the
got
rest
the
you have it though.
But it's an interesting question that you do ask me because, like, the Whitsundays is universally known as the best place to tour in the whole of Australia. So, what is the second place? So it's a good question to ask. So maybe the Hunter, maybe the Central Coast could be second, but at the end of the day, Whitsundays is where it's at.
We're one of the number one tourist destinations in New South Wales as well in the Hunter. So where does Central Coast fall into this?
Sorry, it's up there. It's in the top 10. It's beautiful.
Did you say top 10?
I'm going to drag you to the Central Coast and we are going to have a good time.
We're in the top 10 too, but we're number one.
Good time. And that's all we have time for. Stay tuned next week for another amazing guest. It's been fun. To the Stallion, thanks, brother.
Thanks
Good
for the
on ya.
opportunity, gents. Have
Thank
a
you
good one.
guys. Cheers. Keep up the good work.
Keep it real.
See ya.